going to be talking about what I got for Christmas. Now, I know this video is a bit late, but like you guys know, this is a new video, this is a new channel, so I'm trying something a bit new, and I really enjoy seeing what everybody else got for Christmas over the holidays, so I thought better late than never. So here we go. First of all, let me thank absolutely everyone who got me a book for Christmas or anything for Christmas. I really appreciate it. I really love them. I use about 90% of my presents. Some of them I can't use because they're not really special and I want to save them for special occasions, like really nice necklaces or jewellery or whatever it may be. So I'm going to be specifically talking about books for this video, but I will maybe plug in a few other little presents that I got if I can find them because they've all been put away. Right, so first is The One Memory of Flora Banks. This was on my Amazon wish list, so I knew that I wanted it. I really enjoyed the synopsis on the back. So it says, Flora has amnesia. She can't remember anything day to day. The jokes her friends make, the instructions her parents gave her, how old she is. Now that was all I read. I love a good amnesia story. I listened to the audiobook to The Secret History of Us, which has got a very similar premise where she loses her memory and she's told that she's in a car accident but can't remember. So, then when she meets her supposed boyfriend of like 2-3 years, she doesn't feel like she's got a connection with him, but then has a connection to the guy who jumped into the river and saved her life. I'm really interested to see it. I think this was given to me by my family, my mum, my brother and my sister, so thank you for that. Next is a highly anticipated book that I've been wanting to read for ages. I originally heard about this book from Hayley in Bookland, I believe her channel is called. Again, any booktubers that I mention for videos, I will try and link them down below best I can. So this book was one of those ones where every list of must read before you die kind of lists, this was one of the books on there. And the premise, as soon as I was told the premise of the book, I was hooked. Now it's a very, very long book. It is about 600 pages long, so it's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb, but I'm really excited to read it. And that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. You didn't even have to look at the cover to know that. I already knew that off by heart. Just proves how much it's been mentioned. He's narrated by death, which can put some people off. I'm really excited. Now I don't know if this is a new cover because I've never seen this cover anywhere. I normally see the one with it's like an old piece of paper and it's got like the two figures on it. I'll put an image of it up here so you knew what I mean. Yeah, this was given to me by one of my best friends, so thank you very much for that. I'm really excited to get into it. Right, next one, I've mentioned in my January TBR video wanting to read this. Now this was one of those books that I've known about my entire life. It's just I'd studied history at school, so I was always very interested in that. I always understood it, and I especially seem to understand the history to World War II. Now I don't like reading a lot of stories about it. I find the time very depressing. I've really got to be in the mood to want to read a story like that, but this has been one of those stories that, despite my hesitation with that time period, I still want to read this one no matter how much time has passed. I think this was mentioned to me when I was about 13. I'm now 23 by the way, so it's been a good 10 years that I've been wanting to read this. And this is The Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank, edited by O.T.H. Frank, who I believe is a relative to Anne Frank, maybe a grandson or a son or some sort of distant relative or something. And Marjane Pressler. Again, I apologise for the name because I'm terrible with them. Yeah, this is basically a real diary. They found this after World War II and they decided to publish it into a book with the help of, again, I think it was her great grandson or something like that. And it is basically about all the horrors of the Nazi occupation all over the world. I don't know where this is based. Oh, let me have a look. No, I can't think. I don't know where the book is from. Whether it's based in like Austria or Germany or England. I just don't know. I'll have to read it and figure it out. But I adore this anniversary cover. It is non-fiction. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm really, really excited to read this. And this was given to me by my family, so my mum, my brother and my sister, so thank you very much for that, and I will let you guys know how it goes. I might make a review video on this because I'm really, really excited for this one, and I plan to make notes as I read it because again it is non-fiction and my brain sometimes doesn't take non-fictional information into my head, so I will probably be making notes as I read it. So if I do that, I might make a review. Either way, I will be posting a review on my Goodreads. Again, I will link down below for you guys. Next is, you'll notice the theme with these books. They've all got very kind of heavy topics, and that's kind of the story I tend to go for. I do like fluffy stuff as well, but I tend to not like contemporary, at least not contemporary romance. I'm very like no-no with that, because I find it's the same thing over and over and over again, and I just get very, very bored of it. But this book is one, again, that was introduced to me by Booktube. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and I'm really eager to see how I feel about it. I'm sure I'm going to love it, just like everybody else, because I wouldn't have asked for it for Christmas if I didn't. I know some people are a bit funny about getting people to buy books for them as presents for Christmas, but I really enjoy it because, again, like I said, I make an Amazon wish list and I go from that. I haven't updated the wish list since Christmas. I should probably do that, but it's just because everyone knows how much of an avid reader I am, and I would like to become a better reader, a faster reader if possible. I thought this might be a great way to encourage me to do it. I don't own a bookshelf at the moment. You might notice this is why this background is like this. But unfortunately, because me and my sister share a room, we decided to get rid of the bookshelf to make room for other stuff. Now, as my book collection grows, I need to find a space for all my books. I'm planning on putting them under my bed, if I can find some sort of box. So if you guys have any recommendations about where to store books that are not on a bookshelf, I mean, when I move out, eventually, I hope to have a bookshelf. Like, I've already spoken to my boyfriend about this. He's absolutely fine with it because he's quite an avid reader as well. So, I should have a bookshelf at some point. So, I'll let you guys know. But, back to the book. So, this book is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. And here, which is, again, just another indication of how great this book is, it says Stunning by John Green. I know it's very much heavy and very relevant topic. Apart from that, I don't know too much about it. Like, I've tried to avoid any and all spoilers because I get the feeling this is the sort of story you want to read yourself, like you want to experience it for yourself. This is the paperback edition because unfortunately I don't have enough money to buy the hardback edition. Now this next one is definitely motivated by the fact that I watch way too much Booktube. So you may have heard of this one, and if you haven't, I suggest you read it because it is actually influenced by some of your favourite authors and your favourite Booktubers, and that is called Because You Love to Hate Me, 13 Tales of Villainy, edited by Amari. Now it says here, in this unique YA anthology, 13 acclaimed authors team up with 30 influential booktubers to create tales from the often misunderstood villain's point of view. Doesn't that just sound amazing? Like, all those booktubers that you think, oh, I really agree with that. Like, I know you know what they like, you know their opinion, and you know that they want to get the best out of some of the stories that they're reading, so you know they're going to put their all in. and some of the authors are really famous authors, like, let's have a look, Victoria Schwab, Cindy Pon, Andrew Smith, Adam Silver. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can find it. It might have just disappeared, which would be awesome. But unfortunately, one of my best friends bought me this book. And I'm very, very happy for it, so thank you very much for it. But unfortunately, it has come damaged. I don't know if you can really see that. So there, the pages are all coming off. It's ripped there, which is really disappointing. But I'll still enjoy it. I still love it. She didn't know it came damaged. She probably just got the book, didn't open it, and gave it to me for Christmas. So I might see about getting an undamaged version when I can afford it, but for now, to actually just read and enjoy this story, or this anthology, the purpose is already there. And I absolutely adore this cover, like this rose here, it's nice and shiny. This rose, oh, I just adore it, it's beautiful. I'm really excited to see what's in this. Next is a book that I actually heard about before I started watching Booktube, which will surprise some people. It is one of those books that's been around everywhere, and it is very popular on Booktube. It's one of the most famous YA authors that I've heard of, and the name is really really resonates with you when you hear it. You know who she is instantly. And I really like the premise of this story as well. So that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Again, this is the paperback edition because I couldn't afford the hardback. I haven't read any of her books yet. This will be the first one. I've been wanting to read Eleanor and Park, and I know I can get that like really cheap on my Kindle, so I might do that when I can afford it. But this is, if you don't know, is about a girl called Kath who writes a fan fiction. But I'm pretty sure the book Carry On by Rainbow Rowell is that fan fiction. That's what this one is about. Again, this one is from one of my best friends. She introduced me to this book. She said I had to read it. She knows how much of a fangirl I am. So yeah, I'm really excited. Next is a series. Again, one of my best friends bought me this series, so I seem to talk like I have a lot of best friends. I really don't. It's just the 3 or 4 best friends that I do have know what I love, and bothered to buy me the things that they know I like. They've spent way too much money on me. I would have just been happy with a Christmas card, but again, I appreciate anything they want to buy me. I went a bit overboard for them because they know how much I love them and how much I love buying Christmas presents. This series, again, is one of those series I've heard about my entire life. I've not seen the film, but it's just one of those series that I know has been around forever. So, yeah, I might as well just read off the list. Now, all of these books are by Rick Riordan, and it is the Percy Jackson series. Oh, dropping them out. And they are the beautiful set. So we have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, and Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. I'm really excited to read this series. Now, I think I've read one of Rick Riordan's books before. Don't quote me on that because I can't remember. It's been so long. I think I might have tried to start this series before, but honestly, it's so long ago. I can't remember most of what happened. But I'm really, really excited. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this series. Let me know what you guys thought of this series or any of these books, because I'd love to know what you thought. Based on these books, if you guys have got any recommendations for me of what books I should read, please let me know down below in the comments. And I will definitely try to get to them, or at least add them to my TBR and get to them eventually. So some of my honourable mentions for my presents. I have to start with this. It's a Kindle Lightweight. So I'm currently reading, oh god, the glare on that is crazy. I'm currently reading City of Bones. Again, like I mentioned in my TBR video, this is what I'm reading for the month. I'm reading my Kindle version because I've got a lot of family stuff going on at the minute. My work is crazy, and it's just nice to know that I can carry this around with me, and I've got all 6 of the Mortal Instrument books on here, so I've got enough. I've also got a few books that I downloaded years ago that I need to get to. A lot of classics are on here as well, because I don't really want to buy classics unless I know that I'm going to enjoy them. So yeah, my family got this for me, specifically my mum, and I must thank her so much because I love it. It is just amazing. I've been wanting. I have an old Kindle somewhere. Don't know where. We've changed the house around so many times. It could be right. It could be underneath my bed, and I would never know it because I don't go through things that much. So I adore this. I'm on this almost every day. You'll probably notice if you follow me on Goodreads that I tend to have a habit of reading about 6 books at once. But you can blame the Kindle for that mostly, because I love reading a book on here when I go to bed. I tend to read my physical books during the day or on my days off when I know I've got time to sit there and read them properly. So yeah, I love this present. Thank you so much, Mum. Thank you. Right, next is not a book related present. Oh, I know, shocking. And that is, I got this from, so originally my boyfriend bought this for me, and he knows how much I love my dog. He is like my entire world, as I'm sure most of you who have dogs will agree with me. They are the best. You know, they're a bit clingy, but you kind of love that about them. So he originally bought this for me, but then his mum kind of took it from him and said, okay, I'll give that to Kirsty, you can have something else. You can go and find something else to give her, because obviously he knows me better than his mum does. So, yeah. So he got me a cushion. How cute is that? And it basically says, a dog lover sits here with the one who drives them barking mad. Now, my boyfriend does drive me barking mad in the most lovable way. So does my dog, who I will have to show you a picture of him. I think he was in my last video, but I will show you guys a picture of him so you can R over him just as much as I do. What else did I get? I got a ton of chocolate, some new makeup. I treated myself to a few Kindle books. Hold on, that's the dog. Coming in. You going out? Oh. So there he is. Say hi. Say hi, Muffin. Say hiya. That isn't just adorable. Sit down. Where are you going to sit? And I'll sit around you, as per usual. Right, so look at the little face. See what else did I get? I've got a bunch of clothes, some jewellery. It's a beautiful jewellery box from my boyfriend. We also got this sticker above my head, in the worst possible place now. Me and my sister treated ourselves to it because we've been redecorating our bedroom. Where are you sitting, bub? Can you sit down? Good boy. So it says, in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own. And it's a quote from Albus Dumbledore, which you guys know is from Harry Potter. Harry Potter theme in this room. Oh, and I got this, I'll show you guys. It's so cute. Let me see him. Look, what are you doing? What's that? So, it is the Hogwarts insignia. Oh god, the glare on that is ridiculous. Yes, it's the Hogwarts insignia, and basically it lights up. Oh god, the glare. Can you guys see that without the glare? Please let me know. But I love it. I love anything Harry Potter related. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. I will leave a link to my last video in the... I'll leave it down below, and I'll also leave it in the tab if I can figure that out. Yeah, let me know if you like this video, so like it if you liked it down below. Let me know what you liked about this video, what you think maybe I need to work on, because again, I'm open to suggestions. I'm really sorry if I'm going too much in this video. I'm super nervous. It's still very, very new to me doing this. So yeah, just let me know what you think down below. Leave the links to my social media pages downstairs, down below. I'll leave the link to my Goodreads, my Instagram, I've forgotten it. Oh, my Twitter. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.